guys, welcome back to my channel. Joffrey Noodle Legs here today. Got a little top 10 for you today. Today I'm going through my top 10 demonic or demon films or sort of possession films. So this is one of my favourite sort of genres, along with slasher movies and things like this. I absolutely love it. I love to be scared witless by it because I find those kind of things quite spooky and eerie because it's the unknown, isn't it? And is there a demonic presence around us, which a lot of the time I think there is because the way the world is. So this is about my sort of demonic sort of film. So this doesn't include films like The Omen, because The Omen's not a demonic film. He is the son of the devil. So he's not possessed by anything. He's actually the son of the devil. So it won't include that, and it won't include witchcraft. Witchcraft would be a genre on its own. So these are sort of like demonic-y sort of with demons and with sort of like possessions. So before I get to the top 10, I've got two honourable mentions. One is John Carpenter's The Prince of Darkness. Really cool film showing his favourite actor, Donald Pleasence. It's about a group of scientists going to this church where there's like this evil sort of spirit which is in a liquid sort of form, which they believe to be like the devil himself. And some of them get possessed by it and stuff like that. It's an interesting film. It's a little bit jumbled up a little bit at times, but it's really cool, and it's good to see John Carpenter doing a different sort of direction away from his sort of slasher films and stuff. So that was a really cool different film. So that's a good film. And another honourable mention is one of my favourite Amityville films, and it's Amityville 2: The Possession. This is the DVD version. I don't own the Blu-ray. I'm not even sure if we got a UK release on Blu-ray. I'm not sure. But this is really cool. It's based in the Amityville house, and the young lad there, the new family in there, he sort of gets possessed by the demons of the house, and so it's a really good film, really good watch. So we won't waste time. We'll get on to me top 10, and most of these are quite modern, to be honest. Number 10 is Insidious, which is about a demon possessing this young lad and a poor family in the house there. It's a really cool film. It's made by the same people who made Saw, I believe. Yeah, from the makers of Saw. So it's a really cool little film, and it's got quite a few jump scares in it. I went to see this at the cinema, and it really spooked me out. I thought it was a really creepy film. I really enjoyed that. Insidious at number 10. Number 9 is one called The Last Exorcism. I quite enjoyed this. I got the other one as well, the second one, and this is about a sort of a priest guy that goes around the country doing these fake exorcisms, pretending to wash these spirits away and making money off it. So he does fake things with fake smoke and all stuff like that. He got smoke coming out of his crucifix and things like this. But then he actually comes across a real possessed girl with a real sort of exorcism, and it's that story unfolds. It's a really cool film. Number 9. Number 8's a classic. I haven't put it very high. It should be higher, but I haven't put it very high because it's been in so many of my top 10s, including my favourite movies of all time. And of course, it's The Evil Dead. And this is based about a group of teens going to a cabin in the woods for a holiday, and they come across a book and recordings of the incantations on the book, which then raves the evil from the ground. So that's a sort of like demonic it sort of like possesses people, and it's like demons and stuff, and it's a really cool film. Classic film. That is number 8. Number 7, I absolutely love this film. It's The Devil Inside. This one is basically based in Italy. It's about this girl that they're trying to get the priest to do sort of like an exorcism, but the Vatican don't do it anymore. But they do find a couple of priests that are willing to sort of do it because they believe that there is an evil spirit about. And it's sort of like, it's a bit of a found footage sort of film. It's sort of filmed like on camcorders. It's really cool, but it works and it's brilliant. Some good effects in there. And I found, again, it's another film that really sort of spooked me out for ages, and I thought about it for days and days and days after when I first saw it. It's a really scary film, The Devil Inside. Really cool film. Watch that one if you can, guys. Right, number 6. A bit of a different one because it's a little bit of a sort of babysitter slashery sort of film mixed in with it, and it's The House of the Devil. This is really cool. It's about a young girl that goes to babysit at this house, and the family are like a part of a sort of like a cult, a devilly sort of worshipping cult, and it's a really really cool film. Again, it's a sort of modern film, but it's supposed to make it look like a sort of 70s, 80s film, and it does that it really, really well. It looks amazing, and I love the film. It's great, with awesome acting in it. I believe it's got the guy that plays, oh, what's he been in? I'm sure he's been in one of the sort of Silence of the Lambs films, or the Manhunter film. I'm sure it's the guy from that. Um, I'm sure he stars in that. But it's a really good film. Number 6. Number 5. I did a video review of this film not so long ago, and this is The Ninth Gate. This is really cool. About he's a bookseller detective, and he's been asked to investigate the Ninth Gate books, which is like a book that's supposedly been written by Satan himself, and and they're trying to get all the sort of drawings from the book together to sort of like open the ninth gate, and it's a really cool film. It's quite it's a very sort of like edge of seat sort of film, and you really want to see what happens. I really loved it. I did do a video review on my channel, so go back and have a little look at that, guys. That's an awesome film. Right, number 4 is one with Ethan Hawke, and it's called Sinister. This is really cool. It's about the demon Bagul. He's like a book writer. They move to a house, and up in the attic he finds like a video camera with loads of found footage, um, videos of people being killed in that house, different killings. Some are hanged, some are burnt, and all stuff like this within the house. And it doesn't really show who's doing it, but I think it's one of the other family members. So he finds all these old footages in the house. He's moved there because he wants to write a book about the house because he knows that there's been a killing there. And the family find out, they're not happy with him. And then sort of Bagul starts to make appearances and sort of haunts the family. It's a really, really cool film. If you've not watched Sinister, watch it. It's one of the best modern horror films ever. It's really cool. Top 3. Number 3 is a classic. It's been in many of my um, sort of top 10s and things, and it's The Exorcist, the first one. This is told you a story of Reagan, the young girl, gets possessed by a demon, and they call in a priest to exorcise the demon from her. And it's a very sort of like anti-religious sort of overtones to it. It was a video nasty back in the day because there's a lot of, I won't say gore, but there's a lot of satanic-y sort of vibes going on there, and bad language, and um, pea soup spitting and stuff, so, and head spinning. So it for the time it was really really scary, and it's still creepy today. It's a really scary atmospheric film. You've got to really in the right place to watch this movie, because it is terrifying, and it's an amazing film. The Exorcist, number 3. Number 2, it's a bit different one, this one, and it's Paranormal Activity 3. Now, all of them are pretty scary and jump scary, and they're all kind of demonic, but we get to the third one and we really find out it's a real demonic sort of film, and it's about these two girls that one of them's been haunted by a demon, and the other one's sort of like being drawn into it, and it's again, it's another found footage film about sort of like ghosts in the house and stuff moving and all this sort of stuff, and all weird stuff happens. And it's all sort of filmed on like night cams because they set up cameras around the house to capture what's going on, because they think it's like a poltergeist thing, but it's not. It's a demon. It's a really cool film. They're all good. They're all good. I've got the box set coming later in the month, which I'm really excited about. I will do an unboxing of that, and then I might do some reviews of some of these Paranormal Activity movies. They are really really cool, really good. So Paranormal Activity 3, yeah, a bit unusual. Number 2. So number 1, my favourite demonic film at the moment, it could change because new films could come out, is Devil's Due. I love this film. It's about a couple that get married and they go on honeymoon, and they go to this club at night, and the girl gets drugged and taken away by these guys to some sort of demonic ceremony, and she becomes impregnated, and she then obviously whatever's been impregnated is some sort of demon or devil, and she then sort of like becomes possessed with this over time. You've got the tribe people living in the house opposite. When they go back home, they're opposite, watching over her all the time, and the husband thinks there's something up and making videos of what's things going wrong, and her behaviour changes, and it's a very demonic-y sort of little bit exorcisty sort of behaviour from her. So it's really really cool, and it's got a great climatic end. So amazing film, The Devil's Due. It's definitely my favourite demonic film at the moment. I mean, I do love The Exorcist and everything like that, and Sinister, but that one just really sort of like it sent shivers down my spine when I watched it, and not many films do that. And I love that film, really good film. Devil Inside, check that out as well. Amazing. It's a great genre, guys. It's an underrated genre. It doesn't get a lot of I think because there's so many films. You've got things like The Rite, you've got Deliver Us from Evil, you've got so many films that around the sort of demonic sort of thing that it's such a big uh, sort of genre. There's so many made of it. It's difficult to pick out the ones you like best. I mean, I could have in- increased this out more and included some different sort of possession sort of films like Possum, which is about a child paedophile who's possessed by this sort of demon sort of thing that makes him the way he is. Or I could have included some of the witchcraft films, like like The Witch or stuff like that. But I want to do the witchcraft one separately. I will do a witchcraft one where I can include things like that and the Blair Witch. So I will do all that sort of separately. I didn't want to include it with this one. I want this one to be solidly about people or families being haunted by demons or being possessed by them. So that's my demonic top 10. What's your favourite? Let me know down below. What's your favourite one? Please check out some other channels for me, guys. Please check out Pizzlewell, Horror Hands, RS Designs, The Horror Geek, Sarah of Horror, Horror in Todge, Manby Film, I Am Ice Lord. Some great horror channels out there, guys, and there's loads more. There's loads of them. But just go out and sort out the ones you like best. Those are the ones that I recommend to you, though. Really good channels. Until next time, guys, please look after yourselves, look after one another, and I really hope that I'll see you all soon.